Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm JJ here at Budget by JJ. I'm a millennial cash stuffer based out of New York City, and I'm on the road to becoming debt-free this year, and we will have to talk about that in a moment. Happy 4th of July. This video actually will be going out on Friday, the 4th of July. I am recording, of course, a little earlier than that because I did actually get paid on June 27th. Like I was mentioning before that there was like a weird floating week there somehow of like an extra payment in the month of June. So I'm just going to apply it towards July and then we'll just continue on from there. I hope you're all having a wonderful time with your festivities. If you're seeing this video after the fact, I hope you had a wonderful time. Let's go ahead and get into this cash stuffing. There was a lot of different things that were going on where life was happening before I got to this video. So hopefully the numbers add up. Let's see what we got here. Starting with the hundreds, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 100s. We have the 50s, we have 50, 100, 50, 200, 50, 250. Next, we have the 20s. We have 2, 4, 6, 80, and 20s. Then we have the 10s. We have 10, 20, 30. Then we have the 5s. We have 5, 10, and 15. And last, we have the 1s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 and 1s. So we have a total of $1,687 that we're working with today, which you can see here is much less than what I had budgeted. I had $1,700, and that's fine because that's only minus $13. Now, again, like I said, my numbers were off just because I had to go ahead and do some laundry. Let's see if these denominations still work for this cash stuffing. A lot of things were moved around just for that $13 missing. Okay, we're dealing with a new budget sheet here. I'm going through these like crazy, so I'm gonna have to get some new ones pretty soon. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and start with the rent. The rent is gonna be $460. This is gonna be the first half of August's rent. So we have 100, 200, 300. We have a 4. We're gonna take 150 and a 10. So the rent that I have in here, I'm going to go ahead and take out because this is ready to go. I'm going to put this in the bank and then just wait for my partner's half so I can pay the rent for July. By this time I should already have it, but again, we do have that 5-day window, so I can even go ahead and submit it on Saturday if I want to. So this is the rent from last time, and this is going to be my go-to go back to the bank. And then this half for August can already be put away. Now we're going to get into the utilities. So we're going to start with the electric. We have $29 for the electric for this time around. I'm actually expecting the electric to be a little bit more. So this is just the baseline. So we'll see. I do have some buffer coming up in a moment. I'll let you know. That might go to make up the difference. But again, we'll see when that bill comes. For now, we're just cash stuffing this $29. So we have a 20, we have a 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then next we have the internet. We have $50. So just the 150. And then we're back to paying the gas. So for gas, I have $24 here allocated. I have to look at the bill, but I think it's still $24. So we'll see what that looks like down the line. Okay, so sorry for a second, I just had to re-look at the gas because I think that slipped my mind. That's another thing, is that if you're not putting the cash right into the bank when you're needed, then there's overlap, things happen, because I just checked the National Grid bill and they're saying it's like $50 right now. So I think I forgot to go ahead and pay the last payment because I just checked the envelopes and it was there. And I was like, dang it. But it's okay. There's no penalties or anything. They just rolled it over. But man, that really is one of the downsides of the cash stuffing when you have to transfer it from the physical cash, and back into the bank. That tends to happen sometimes if you're just not on top of it. Clearly, I have been extremely distracted lately. Again, we'll talk about that, where that's going. But okay, let's go ahead and take out the $24. So we have 120, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's funny because yeah, I did pay the electric and I paid the internet already this past for June. So I don't know. I think I just got distracted and forgot to give some attention to National Grid. But here we have the cash that was left over for the electric coming up. So we have 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So you already know based on my numbers that this was overstuffed. And remember, I was having that conundrum of like, why do I have extra bills? Where is this going? Why am I short? Again, the math was not mathing. There was an excess of $26 from last time, and then from the 24 this time. So we actually have the $50 we need that's they're requesting. That will be taken care of. So I'm going to move this, take to the bank envelope. Okay, so this is taken care of. It's going to work out. I know it is. So let's go ahead and move on. And let's not dwell on that any longer. So it worked out. We are at the personal, and again, you can see that my head wasn't on straight, but personal is down to $250. Originally it was $260, but I took out that $10 for the laundry. So, and I made up that $3 elsewhere as well. So we'll talk about that. But $250 going to the personal. So we'll just take 100, 200, and a 50. Pretty straightforward. I tried to separate this so I could have like 2 weeks like separate, but then I got confused with the numbers. I kept being over by like $20. I'm like, how is this happening? The tallies were adding up. So I was like, let's just go ahead and do the larger bills and then I'll figure it out. I'm going to take 150 and put in the bank and just stuff the 100 for now for next week. I had to go ahead and tally up what we had going on in here before I forget. So we have $908 for the rent so far, $50 to the gas that I forgot, and then $150 for the personal to use for this week. So part of that will be for my lunch because we did not do a Costco run this weekend. So I'll have to make that work, but there's only 4 days in the work week this time. So I don't expect to be going too crazy on the meals. So I try to be as frugal as possible when it comes to the meals and not go crazy over budget. Plus to try to like, watch my waistline. But I've not been so successful in that area. So we're just gonna put the remaining 100 in the envelope for next week. Okay, the reason for the season. The debt. This is where I stepped in it. Like, again, I was trying to be good and trying to work my way through, but y'all, I'll just say that when I am not feeling 100%, I tend to buy myself things for that dopamine hit. So when I'm really in my feelings or whatever, I'm just like, the shopping will help. The shopping doesn't help because the shopping puts you back a couple steps. So it's like 3 steps forward, 5 steps back in this scenario. But it's not too insane, but it's just like I can't obviously apply funds now to all the other debts I want to take care of. So it's a little all over the place. Today we're going to start with the credit ones, and I don't even think I have this in order because I was so distracted when I was putting this together. Again, not trying to show my frustration, but we're going to go ahead and just cash stuff for the credit one. This one due on the 13th, which I don't think is the right number, but we're just going to roll with it. Doesn't matter. It's going to be $61. So we're just going to do a 50, a 10, and a 1. And then we have the second credit one here. This one, unfortunately, is maxed out. So I was being a naughty little boy and using this card and max this ish out. So we're gonna not do that hopefully in the future. It's really gonna set me back some. So we're gonna apply $60 in here, try to wrangle this down. So I have a 50 and the last 10 for 60. The minimum of these are much lower, but I'm doing a larger payment so I can get ahead of it, you know. This is a mess of my own making, right? And y'all, the shame continues. We have the saver here. The saver. I had took out the card to use like as a safety, and then I just never put it back into the budget binder. It was the go-to card that I was using to go ahead and ease the anxiety that I was experiencing, but we will get this back down. So we're gonna go ahead and apply $206 back to the saver. So I have 100, 200, a 5, and a 6. The total back on it was $456. So, I mean, it's not crazy in the amount of 2 weeks, but y'all, this was paid off. We were celebrating that this was a done deal. But that was not the case. So we're getting back on track. So $206 going back to the saver. And yet again, I was acting a fool. So we have Capital One here, and we're going to apply $122 to this card. This is saying that I only had one Capital One that was untouched. Out of the 3 that I have, I at least did not go on and use the other one. But this one, 3064, we're going to go ahead and take care of. So we have 100, a 20, 1, and 2. Going back to this card, it's $146, so I have a balance of $24. So I may just use part of my personal money to just like take care of that. I'm not gonna go ahead and beat myself up over that. Life happens, things happen. So part of things that kind of got off the rails is that this is my Omni card. This is the card that my job pays for, so I can tap and go to use the Metro here. And what ended up happening is that I usually can use the business card to go ahead and refill this, but for whatever reason the business card was not working. I mean, that's a little shady. Like, why isn't the business card working? But I know multiple employees have access to that specific account, so maybe it was maxed out or something and they just didn't get a chance to get to it yet, because I don't know, I don't run the business, so I don't know how they're paying off their cards or whatnot. But either way, I had to go ahead and use my personal money to purchase weeks worth of rides. So I mean, it's not bad. It's only $34, and I charged that $34 to one of these credit cards, and then I just end up emailing them the receipt so they can reimburse me. So I don't know if that's just going to be the trend going forward. If so, then yes, I am going to use the credit card so I can get the points, and then just be mindful to go ahead and mark that down as something that I need to go ahead and add to the budget sheet here as far as the Metro card is concerned. But the job will reimburse me on the pay period, not the week of using it. So again, that's something I'm gonna have to discuss with HR to like plan out better, because there's nothing more frustrating when you're like ready to leave and you're trying to get on the train and then your card beeps at you that it's low. I'm like, why is it low? Or then you go refill it and you're like, you're trying to refill it and you can't refill the card. And I tried twice, so it was a mess. So, I mean, again, really first world problems, because not a lot of people's companies do compensate for their travel. My position is the only one that's required in office. Everybody else in the damn company gets to work from home. But because of the capacity of my work being like the central hub of where things come in and come out of, I'm required to be in office to take care of that. So because of that, they do take care of my Metro card. But that was a little hiccup that we were experiencing, so we'll have to smooth that out. And then finally, y'all, we have the savings. We're going to add another $100 to the savings. And you can see here, I still have the savings intact. I did not go after it, even though I knew I probably could have pulled a fast one on y'all and just taken the money out of this and applied it to the credit card and then tell you the sob story later. But I'm going to be more intentional of making the debt like exclusively part of the budget. Like if there's debt, then I'm going to allocate for it and not rely on the savings to bail me out. So that's just what it's going to be going forward. So in the savings, we're going to put in $100, and we have now a total of $400. It'll get better as the debt is eliminated. Once I reach 500 on the savings, I'm going to switch it out for this placeholder here, and it's a $500 Scrooge McDuck, and we'll keep that knowing that that is not to be touched in the high yield savings account. But for now, yeah, we're going to hold off on this. So one more pay period and then we can finally put in a placeholder. Okay, now we're in the fund binder. I'm not going to say it what it is right now, but I can already tell that I'm off. Okay, so we're again keeping things really simple. So what now? We have allocated $100 for the medical. After medical, we have $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700. Wow, we're just $300 away from my goal on this. Again, if you're new here, I did take out a loan to help pay for my partner's oral surgery. That amounted to about $20,000. So I'm just saving up to go ahead and apply at least an additional $1,000 so we can kind of get ahead on this as much as possible. And it'll be something continuously incorporated into the budget because, again, it is in my name. So if anything happens, it's still up to me to go ahead and take care of it. This is the first major loan I've ever taken out in my whole life, ever. I never even took out student loans because I didn't finish college. But yeah, this is a pretty big deal for me. But we have $700 ready to go towards that $1,000 goal. And y'all, originally I had allocated $206 for entertainment. But again, that $13 threw off the budget somewhere, or I lost that $3 somewhere else. I don't know what happened. But regardless, it is gonna be actually $205 are gonna go into entertainment. And the only reason I allocated so much is because initially we know that there's a ton of blockbuster movies being released here in July. We have Jurassic World Rebirth with the delectable Jonathan Bailey. And then, of course, we have the new Superman coming out, and then the Fantastic Four, the First Steps, is coming out. And because of that, I initially had allocated this much because I am supposed to be actually meeting a group of friends in Philadelphia. And, you know, this money was going to go ahead and be stowed away towards that trip. So, because we're going to take a train, my partner, we're going to go down, meet them in Philadelphia to go ahead and see the screening of this film. So hopefully by the time this video goes up, those details are taken care of. But, you know, factoring in the tickets for the train, factoring food, and factoring the tickets themselves for the film. Also, I was thinking maybe we get a hotel for the night, so we're there for the weekend. We can leave a little late in the afternoon. Philadelphia, because my partner's never been, and I've been twice already, but, you know, it's still nice to visit and just enjoy a little bit of the history. Love that. For now, we have $205 going in here. And again, I might take out money to apply to the saver because the next time I see you, I will be able to have a clear understanding of what that whole trip's going to look like. Maybe people end up bailing, it doesn't even happen. So if all else fails, then I'm just going to end up using my Chase Sapphire to take care of everything. And then we'll have to tackle that as we go along. I'm trying to be a little bit more relaxed. I was really like militant about like paying off debt right now and just be like, I need to be debt free. I need to be debt free. And that is true. I need to be debt free. However, I also need to be able to understand that there is life to be enjoyed and things come up. And then if it doesn't happen sooner than later, then that's okay. Like, I'm still on the right path overall. So I still have my priorities straight. Am I willing to just say F it and just do what I want? Absolutely. But I'm also now in a position, thanks to cash stuffing and thanks to budgeting in general, where I am now more aware and more intentional with how I'm spending. So, I mean, the numbers don't lie. Either you have it or you don't, right? You can't make it up. So if I choose to make that choice to put it all on the credit card, then I just already know that, okay, add it to the debt plan because that's going to be tackled next. It's still going to be a priority to take care of regardless. I will say that my spending habits have completely changed since last year. Even though I've had a moment of weakness here or there, like last year, y'all, it was devil may care, like who gives a F, we're doing this, it's happening, you know, you only live once type of mentality. And I was just going hardcore in my year of bliss, and you know, ignorance is bliss. So, you know, and then things happened. January 20th happened, and we can see that we are in the throes of authoritarianism and fascism. So I'm just like, whoa, okay. Well, maybe we shouldn't be so hawked crazy and have some fail safes as we go through. But at the same time, you know, evil forces want you to feel powerless and hopeless and paralyzed, and I just refuse to do that. So if I end up using a credit card to enjoy a trip with friends, so be it. But you can see my math wasn't mathing because we have $20 left over. And I think I was correct because I was going over the tallies and I was like, I think I actually wanted to put more towards the saver. So at the end of the day, we do have more money going towards the saver. So we have additional $20. It actually ended up being $226. We're gonna get this right eventually. But that was it for now. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Your support means the world to me. Please continue to like, comment, and share this video with someone you think that I like it. Please continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see y'all back for the second cash stuffing of July. I can't believe I'm already saying that. So until then, take care and be safe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.